Baby girl. What you doing, baby girl?
All right, weekend sports betting tips, Friday, September 6th. Man, it's week 1 of the NFL, so we're getting ready to get our bets in and everything. Sean's had his bets in for a few weeks. Anthony's got the best.
Months since February.
Months.
We got college football.
July, 2 months I've had. I went today when I was doing my things. I've been there for 2 months already.
We got college football.
Day after the Super Bowl, he had his bets in.
we got college football week 2, NFL week 1. We're going to talk about some free plays. Everyone's doing well?
Yep.
Fellas?
A little annoyed with that game last night. I had the Ravens, and I'm like,
right, should have won.
I mean, you got a missed field goal. You turn the ball over in the 15-yard line. I mean, that won't even listen. They were, it's rigged. The penalty is like the guy had 7 false starts on the one guy. Looked like he was off the line. Forget about the assistant coach calling a timeout.
Chiefs weren't getting called. Yeah.
The assistant coach calling a timeout should have been. I mean, that
should have been a penalty.
I mean, so stupid stuff like that, whatever. I mean, I still felt good about it. And as much as bad as they played, you still let Kansas City score 27 points in 26 minutes. So. But if you give Mahomes the ball on the other side of the field and you give him a short field, you're going to get 6-10 points. That was the game right there.
Yep. And then, they had the touchdown at the last play, of the game, and his toe happened to be out.
Well, they didn't have that, yeah. I mean,
and that would have tied the game. They were going for 2, and I bet you they with the momentum they would have gotten the 2 and won out.
I would have cared. I was getting 3. I don't think we won loss. I don't care.
Yep.
No, I thought it was a hell of a game. I went 3-0.
Great opening game.
Great game. Great game. Great game. I don't know what you guys are complaining about. Missed call. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Great game. I thought the officiating was perfect.
Last week
we always get bad officiating, but sometimes it's just like, again, people are like, you don't watch the game? Dude, I don't watch it. I'm not getting wrapped up in that crap. I'm not saying.
I didn't watch it. I watched the highlights.
Let's live bet on a delay. I mean, no, thank you. I had the right side, I thought.
Yeah,
it happens. I don't care. It's one
game. They had no answer for Isaiah Likely and no answer for Lamar Jackson.
The people this is why I get more annoying. Like every year, as sports betting goes into new states, you see these morons onto it. Oh, I mean, holy crap! I mean, sorry, you lost your $15 bet. I mean, like, stop. Don't bet if you think it's rigged to fix, don't bet. Or how about bet on the fixed side then? If it's
right.
Rigged.
Yeah, I can't say because you're losing, it's rigged.
Yeah. Every game. I got no time for that. It just
at the end of the day, great teams find a way to win, and that's what happened.
Listen, if they're gonna, and it's still listen. I got Mahomes and Andy Reid on one side, and Andy Reid is whatever his crazy record is on bye weeks or extra prep.
Unbelievable.
Should I have? We had the same conversation last year when they're getting kind of points. It's like, man, you can give Mahomes points, but why are they getting points? The offense wasn't the same. They just look like you're going against Buffalo and then Baltimore teams that you had knocked out. They had that extra momentum, and you just got to win the game, and you're going to cover that. If they're going to get receiver play from these 2 cats this year, wow, watch out. Watch out. The defense has been solid, but these 2 guys are going to step up like that. And, again, people are all over like, oh, my goodness, it's the next 2 ever. Listen, nice win for them. They got Cincinnati next week. Do yourselves a favor. Take the Chiefs now at 3.5 because it's going to be 4.5 depending on whatever happens this game. This is like the Ravens. I said you take the Ravens week 2 because if they lose here, the sky's falling. If they win, they're the best thing ever. And the line was a touchdown. We talked about a couple weeks ago. Now it's at 8.5. The Chief game's going to be the same way. Cincinnati struggles this week with no Chase or Higgins, whoever's not playing. The line's going to go up. They win. hey, the line's gonna, people are gonna do what they do.
Well, we got one game kicking off right now. We might as well jump into it. Also, sign up for VIP service to Anthony Sean, Tooch, PoundedSports.com. SMU minus 12.5 at home versus the Cougars at BYU. I like the under in this game. SMU is going to run the ball. They have a great defense, all returning starters. BYU struggled in their first game. Anybody thoughts? SMU, BYU, Anthony?
SMU is my best bet of the day.
Minus 12.5. Sean?
I got 11.5 earlier. But yes.
I got BYU plus 11.
All right.
We're against each other.
Going head to head in this one. It's a lot of points, it seems like, but BYU's predicted to finish at the bottom of the conference their first year in a Power 5 conference.
Second year. Second
year in a Power 5 conference. All right, that's it. I expect this to be SMU to run the ball a lot, drain the clock, play solid defense.
This is a number for me. Numbers were just around 9. It opened up around 11. So now it's up a little bit. I get it. People are going to bet SMU.
Pushing back against the market. Yep.
I don't care taking a loss. It's one game. I got 19 of them.
Yep.
I go 12-7. I'll make money. I'll be all right. 13-7 with the first week of football under my belt for college. So.
Nice. Good job. Another game tonight's kicking off in a couple hours here, an hour. Duke at Northwestern. I'm on the under in this one as well. I look. Both these teams are defensive teams. They're not offensive teams. Duke struggled with putting points up against Elon last week.
6-3.
Northwestern struggled with Miami of Ohio. So Northwestern Stadium's being renovated, Ryan Field, for the next 2 years. They're playing a little tiny field, Martin Field on the lakefront with 20 miles an hour wind expected tonight. Give me
the lacrosse field.
Lacrosse field. Give me under 37. I don't think there'll be much scoring in this game. Any other thoughts, guys?
This opened at 42. It came right down because they have to adjust for this. So obviously going forward, they'll maybe sense that for next week's number, but maybe they open too low next week. So I say going forward with Northwestern, you look at those totals, maybe there's a little over adjustment because you mentioned both of these teams are defensive teams. Duke's quarterback, we saw him pull out a big win on the road for Notre Dame at A&M.
Yeah.
Manny Diaz is a defensive guy.
Yep.
Northwestern is going to struggle a little bit, but
yep.
I'm with you on the under. I kind of lean Northwestern here. I'd probably say money line, though, if I'm going to do anything with that.
Yep. Anthony?
I really don't have much of an opinion. I glanced over it, and it's not my type of game I like to bet on.
All right. In about 45 minutes, we're going to get this game from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Both teams traveling to the southern hemisphere. Eagles get laying 2.5, a total of 49. I got no look. I might look at a team total here. The Eagles got Kellen Moore as a offensive coordinator now, very successful with the Cowboys. The Eagles scored 28 points an average a game in their first 12 games of the season before the wheels came off. They ended up, missing the playoffs and stuff. Yeah. Packers could put up points also, but I don't know what's going to happen in this travel down to Brazil. I lean over in this game. Might look at the Eagles team total over 25.5. I think they put 27 up. Packers moving to a 4-3 defense with their new defensive coordinator, so switching over, playing a whole new defense. Eagles loaded up with Saquon Barkley, now running back, and a good offensive line. I think they can run the ball. Sean, what do you think?
I got the Eagles at minus 120 a while back on this one. And like you said, Eagles collapsed down the stretch. What did they lose? Like 5, 6, 7 in a row. Terrible second half. Packers maybe think they should have went to a championship game. Yeah. Choked it away there against San Fran.
Good team.
You mentioned the over here, and I get it because I sort of like, all right, we got some offensive guys on both sides. We have 2 new coordinators, so maybe some broken schemes. Guy missed assignment, gets the points on the board. We got decent offenses. But I was doing a show today with Victor King and Mark Lawrence. And Victor King brought up some stuff, and they always roll out their data.
Back from 1994, going back.
The neutrals last year, neutral site games, all unders, 5-0 unders.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Whatever the things, unders on neutrals, this is 49.
Yeah.
49 in a foreign country. They've been there a few days. The Packers got to take a bus for 2 hours to get to
the thing.
Like, really? A bus for 2 hours. These guys get to the field normally probably like 4 or 5 hours before game time, in their city and hanging out and having a nice meal. What are they doing here? Sitting on a bus for 2 hours? They got to be like, what the hell are we doing here? Cramped up on a bus.
Brazil's known for partying all night too, man. What are these players doing with all their NFL money?
Oh no, they're not leaving the hotel.
Yeah, they're not leaving. They'll get killed down there. Have
you ever seen the women in Brazil?
Are they real women? Here's the thing.
It could be chicks with dicks, so be careful.
That's true. Very true. We need to clip that little segment there and replay that. Chicks with dicks, Anthony.
My thought on this, though, I could probably lose because it was my same feeling last night with the Ravens, thinking they got to come out and get last year out of their system. Like the way the Eagles finished, a lot of finger pointing. This is a game they got to come out and win, but that don't mean you're going to win. Doesn't mean you're going to win.
See, it's all about the number. I got so lucky. I think it was last weekend or Monday. I got Packers +3, and I jumped on it. And then, this morning I saw -2 on the Eagles, and now it's 2.5, and I got lucky with that 3.
Listen, people don't understand the number, right? It's like, who cares about the number? I bet the teams. 3. Listen, last night's total.
Look at last night.
46.5 or 47. That's a big difference. You get one of those a week. Yeah, that's 20 of those. That adds up to a little bit of money in your pocket.
I locked up the Chiefs -2.5 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, when I saw 2.5, I was like, it's common sense. It's going to go with a 3. So you might.
How sharp was that number last night too? 46.5. There's 47 points.
Yeah. Isn't that nuts?
Yep, they're good, man. All right, let's move on to Saturday of college football. Got the big game, man. Ann Arbor, Texas, -7. Road favorite here, Sean, over under 42. Look, Michigan can't decide on a quarterback. They built the offense around Alex Orji. Great name. And then Davis Warren came in through most of the passes last week. Texas has got
Hold on, what's his name?
Alex Orji.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Really? I thought I heard that right. I was like, hold on, no
but
way.
Davis Warren through most of the passes. Davis Warren played more. He's a walk-on. Michigan still has a decent defense, but Texas, man, they got some studs. Receiver can run the ball. You got Quinn Ewers, a Heisman Trophy favorite. What are you thinking here, Sean? In Ann Arbor on the road, can Texas Sarkisian pull it off?
I don't like 7.5. I don't like. I got Texas at a 4 at open, which is one number. This is. I want to take Michigan. Let's be honest. At this point, at 42, I'd probably go under. Open to 45, down to 42. Michigan. New coach, new quarterback, and running back. Defense first. Yep. Keep Texas off the field because they got an offense. It just screams under to me.
They didn't light it up against Fresno State. Right, but they're still the defending national champions.
Doesn't make a difference. Does not make a difference. How about I heard today their coach doesn't even have a contract. He's still like an interim head coach on an assistant contract.
Wow.
So
I didn't know.
So that tells you, So that says whether they don't trust him or they think they're going to get a bunch of sanctions thrown down on them and the old regime, so they don't want him there. We'll start over new. But that's neither here nor there. It just makes you think where his mindset is. Like, hey, I don't care if I win 10-7. Give me the under. I don't think offense. It's Michigan. They reload, but a lot of new changes, new parts, and off-field problems.
All right, Anthony, what are you thinking here?
The value's gone if you're taking Texas, in my opinion. On the road, with all their star players gone, all they have is their quarterback. They're just as depleted as Michigan is. The only difference is Michigan's at home with the crowd. I'm not sold on the new players. Quarterback, running back. Running backs are a dime a dozen, but I think Michigan could keep this within 7. I think it's a close game. I think this is one of those games where the rookie amateur bettor comes in and says, "Oh, Texas is going to kill Michigan." Who does Michigan have? Who's that? So I think this is one of those games where it looks easy, but you got to hold your nose and take Michigan here.
There was a stat today that's
7 more than a touchdown. Hold your nose and take Michigan. Yep.
Michigan as an underdog. 118-12 straight up. By the way,
that's crazy.
Yep.
Oh, that's what that was.
118-12.
I heard that stat. I didn't know what that team was. Wow.
Straight up.
Yep.
Wow.
So whether it's whether at home, I forgot exactly where it was. Whether them as an underdog, just still.
That's impressive.
Excuse me. All right, Baylor.
And to that, as much as we liked, why are we going back to 1984 or 76 or 1942? This is still a team that was a championship game last year. folks. I mean, so they're a 7-point underdog at home. The big house,
at the end of the day, that's
people.
102 game difference from between 500. It doesn't. I mean, I don't care if it's dating back to 1980. That's a hell of a trend.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Or stat, in my opinion. Yeah.
Well, that crowd is wild and loud in Ann Arbor.
It's different if they say, "Hey, this team is in this situation on a Tuesday, dating back to 1995." That's a little bit different. But I mean, as an underdog,
yeah,
that's damn good.
All right, Baylor, Utah. Utah laying 14.5. I think it's up to 15 now. Utah could be a college football playoff team this year. Very good team, very good quarterback. 14 and more than 2 touchdowns. I'm not sure. I still would lean Utah. I'm looking at the over Utah team total over. Sean, what do you think?
Yeah, Utah got their quarterback back, right? Cam Rising back for year number 7, I believe. Didn't play that hurt. The offense is good. Let's be honest. The last time this guy started for them, they were back-to-back Pac-12 champs. Not Caleb Williams, you stupid Bears fans think this guy's the best thing ever. No, it was this guy, back-to-back champion. I mean,
Utah behind a very good defense for a Pac-10 team.
Yeah, good coach. Listen, Baylor's got the problems. Their coach Arianda, he's definitely on the hot seat. But this one here, I don't know. I got a Baylor. It was at 17.5. I grabbed Baylor then because they're talking 3 scores. This one here, I can see them probably winning by 14. Utah's a good team. They're definitely a playoff team. They should win the Big 12, and honestly, they should win a playoff game. I think they're that good. I'm not going to be shocked at that. At 14.5, though, again, you want to go over. They have a good offense.
Yep.
Baylor's desperate, so Baylor's got to hang tough here. And if it's 20, you get a back door here. We're getting a touchdown. That's what I'll be looking for with Baylor.
Yep. Looking at over 55 too. That's a reasonable number for these two offenses. Anthony,
it's Utah all day for me.
Utah or nothing.
Don't overthink it.
What about Utah team total?
What's the number?
Let me get that for you. You know what it is, Sean? Offhand?
That's important.
No,
I mean you can tell me 33, and I'll be like,
"Yep,
well, that's another."
Come on, Tooch. You're gonna throw something out there. Have it ready.
Yep. Sorry, buddies.
Hey, what do you think about the Bills on Week 8? Who are they playing? Oh, hold on, let me check.
Sean always has these numbers. That's why I was like, "Yeah, no."
Sometimes I do. I got a lot of games this weekend.
34.5. That's a little high, but I think they could. That's an implied total of 34 to 20.
I'd rather take the spread, personally.
34-21, 34-20.
I'd rather take the spread.
I'd rather take the over 55. Sean, any thoughts? 34.5. That's tall.
I like Baylor, so I don't want them to score anything. So,
all right. The Cy-Hawk Bowl. People are getting ready here in Iowa. Iowa now a 2.5-point favorite. Anthony, Hawkeyes or Cyclones?
It's my best bet tomorrow. Iowa minus 2.5.
Very nice. Iowa looks like they found a little offense. Iowa State didn't cover last week versus North Dakota. North Dakota, that was like their Super Bowl. I watched that game and I'm like, God, what the heck's wrong with Iowa State? But it's possible that they were just playing, vanilla.
Yeah,
getting ready for this game coming up here. This is a big rivalry. I think going back like the last 10 or 12 games, they haven't been decided by more than 6 points. So last week, Iowa covered against Illinois State. It took them to the second half where they wore down Illinois State with that big offensive line, running the ball.
Pen-out play. That was my get the pen-out play.
So for me, watching this game, look.
That's special laying 30.
Minus 22.5 to be specific.
Iowa State was banged up at linebacker and offensive line, which isn't a good sign when you roll into Kinnick trying to take on the Hawkeyes, who have a really good defense. Now they're starting to find the offense. Both teams, I think, will try to run the ball. I think 35.5. So this is like I don't think the market's adjusted to these two offenses. I think Iowa will put up a little more points this season than they have in the past because unders were an automatic bet last year for me. I don't know. It had to have been like 11-1 last year.
Tooch was taking under 27. He didn't know what the number was.
Yeah, by halftime it's 6,
under 27.
6-3. I'm looking good.
Yeah.
6-3 at halftime.
I mean, how bad is this guy? He had to fire his son because his son couldn't run an offense. So,
right.
I mean, you couldn't be that bad, and all of a sudden you bust out for 40. Again, small school, you wore him down. I like him here. I got a minus 130 when it came out. I jumped on Iowa. And, early in the year, I'm biased to my team. I have an Iowa over win ticket, too. So I'm thinking they could probably, short of Ohio State, who are they going to be an underdog to on the schedule? Maybe on a dog at UCLA. I don't know. I mean, they're favored over Wisconsin. They should probably – that's at home.
Yep.
Minnesota on the road. Are we really sold on Minnesota? Yep. I mean, granted, they're ugly. What was it, like 6-3 last year or 12-10 or something ridiculous?
12-10. Yep.
So – yeah, I don't know.
And that'll be a revenge game for Iowa because we end up losing that one.
And they're home, or no, they're on the road that one. I don't. Well, either way,
I think we're at home. We're on the road last year.
Who are they dog to besides Ohio State? Nobody.
Yep.
So they should have 10 wins and a win total of 7.5.
Well, Iowa, man, they had that big goofy guy as quarterback. I mean,
Deacon Hill. Yep,
Deacon Hill. The worst. It was the worst. It was the worst.
Now
they got a quarterback. Cade McNamara can actually throw the damn ball.
Deacon Blues is the best Deacon.
Yeah.
All right. Let's.
Nobody knows any Steely Dan here. Nobody's do Steely Dan.
Love one of my favorite bands. Love them. Kansas minus 5.5 at Illinois. Look, I think this game's going to be a little bit closer than we think. Kansas has a really good offensive line. Their quarterback, Jalen Daniels, not Jaden Daniels. He's on the Commanders now, but Jalen Daniels. He's a threat to run and throw. They have some good wide receivers on Kansas. Illinois lost a lot on defense, but Brett Bielema knows how to beat teams. He's defensive-minded head coach. It's in Champaign. Are you laying 5.5 with the Jayhawks, Sean?
I want to. I don't have anything in this game myself. I do like Kansas here. Right. I want to take them. I'm kind of high on them.
Yep.
Because Illinois
feels like a trap though. That 5.5.
It's one of those numbers where you're like, what do you do with?
I know.
What are you laughing at?
I'm going to kick my son's ass. He just put our podcast on our big screen.
Nice.
My kids, they watched our last week at one of the pods with me on the big screen. I get up there. Yeah, my wife put it up there for them. Jayhawks, Illini. Anything, Anthony? Over, under?
I honestly don't know too much about this, but I mean, I'm just gonna go with you guys and go with Kansas. But the only thing, I mean, just like you guys said, the game just looks way too easy.
It looks way too easy.
I hate games that are way too easy. It's either you take the opposite, which is, you couldn't pay me enough money to take Illinois in this game, and it's a pass for me. But it's Kansas or nothing if you're betting.
It's Bears Barroom. They're Illinois fans in here.
Yeah, that's why I put it up there. Yeah. A lot of Illini fans.
That's the crazy thing, because Illinois is completely different, completely a night and day to Chicago.
Who's that, Kevin Hardy?
Kevin Hardy from Southern Illinois? They're like from Kentucky.
The Salukis?
Yeah.
Kevin Hardy or Simeon Rice were the linebackers for Indiana or Illinois, right?
Illinois was Simeon Rice. Yep.
Simeon Rice,
the great pass
I met somebody from Southern Illinois the other day, and let me tell you, I'm like, I'm from Chicago. They're like, oh, you're far away. It's like we're
6
not
hours. 6 hours.
I was like,
drive.
we're still in the same state. Yeah, Chicago, but you're from the city. You don't understand the corn and the. I was like,
it's like a half hour away from Paducah, Kentucky. I went to graduate school at Carbondale, SIU.
I mean, I thought they were literally from Kentucky. I mean, they talk like Kentuckians and everything.
Yep.
You guys think you got a big state when you come to Texas?
Yeah.
Well, there's no comparison there. But drive from northern Illinois to southern Illinois, and it's like an eternity.
Houston, like as far as like area, is like the biggest. It's like distance, like area coverage, square mileage is like the largest city in this country.
It's
it's huge.
I don't even understand it. They say like in Houston, but you live in another town, but it's considered like a West Houston or something.
And when you're driving in Houston, the drivers make their own roads. They'll like go off road in their truck, and to get to another road down below or up above or whatever, or across the way.
They got some crazy ass super highways.
Crazy drivers, man,
like too. They have like there's so much land and they have so much concrete here because it's like they'll just build like the exit like to get on another connecting road. You're like 60 feet driving up. It's like a roller coaster ride. You're driving up a mountain and then it's like a turn. Like you get off the highways here, like in Jersey, it was like a hairpin turn.
I hated driving.
You get off,
I was like,
you get off here. You take your foot off the gas coming off doing 90. and you just kind of coast to the
That's
stop
how it is
sign. That's
coming
how
out
it
of
is.
Tampa International. You going up if you're going to go South Tampa. When you go toward Tampa, you're literally going straight to the sky, and then you're going straight down like a roller coaster. Yeah, it's like the American Eagle and Six Flags.
We got Colorado at Nebraska.
Yes.
Dion.
Hold on, is this really 6.5 now?
6.5.
It's always been 6.5, 7. It's always it opened 6.5,
it
it
was
7, 6.5.
7.5. Wow,
No.
6.5.
no.
I love Nebraska at 6.5.
God,
I think the Nebraska defense stifles Shedeur Sanders in Colorado. 55.5. I don't know. I think there'll be plenty of points. I think that number is pretty sharp. I'll take Nebraska minus 6.5 in this one, Sean.
Revenge spot. They turned the ball over 4 times last time versus Colorado. It wasn't even, and it was 13-7.5. Even they had like 3 back-to-back turnovers to start the game or something ridiculous. I got a better coach. I got revenge. I got home field. I got offensive line playing defensive line. Colorado couldn't run the ball last game. They couldn't close out a game last time.
Yep.
No, not Nebraska here. Every team plays with an extra push here because of Dion's mouth, and I like Dion. I think he's great for as what he is. You want to get guys in there, but
entertainment.
No, yes, but he gets recruits. That's fine. Like he's got star players. The problem is he's got 2 of them because no one else wants to deal with his crap. Well,
his
two sons and Travis Hunter.
Well, one's good. One's good. The other guy's not so good. I mean, come on.
Right.
One's good. The other guy, it's Hunter and the quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah. You need coaches. You got to let these guys coach. You can't come in here and bam out. You can get a bunch of talent. Let other guys do it. He's not. This isn't your small level. You can win these 2 teams.
Yep.
Every team wants to come in here and run it up on you. You almost lost last game. You got a lucky cover there on a phantom penalty. Yeah. Good luck. I said this team under 5.5 was plus 145. No way. Loser. Nebraska wins.
I agree. I wish I had that bet. But
all 3 of us, Nebraska minus 6.5. Tennessee at NC State. Was it Nico Ayamaliva, a quarterback at Tennessee, who opened some eyes last week. Wolfpack's got a defense. The total's up here at 61, man. That's a lot of points. Not laying 9 on the road. This is a stay away from me. I like to watch this game, though. I like the talent on Tennessee as well, but.
Yeah, I like Tennessee. I don't know if I want to lay 10 on the road like this.
Yep.
I couldn't pull the trigger on it.
I watched their last game. I know it was an FCS team, but they did not. They look sloppy. Maybe I know it's an FCS team.
Exactly. Like, are you putting stuff on film for Tennessee, or do you want to come in here and maybe see one from Tennessee? So that's why I don't like people like, oh yeah, I lay 37 or I lay 4. I'm not laying. Someone came in the chat. They was like, hey, you want some team with Tennessee Tech plus 63? I'm like,
oh yeah.
Plus 63 in the teaser room. I got to say no to plus 63. You got to lose 70-0. Like
it was actually minus 56.5.
They struggled with Western Carolina's Super Bowl.
I was like, who's betting this?
They didn't want to give anything away because they had Tennessee this week.
Yeah.
Tennessee played Chattanooga and beat them 69-3.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what, a Division III school?
Yeah, but they're also going to bring in their guy plays for half. They bring in another guy and run it up. But this is a team that's better offensive.
Yep.
Come on, they got offensive coach. Hookers in the NFL, so they're going to be able to score like that.
And this is a neutral site, right? Sorry, my wife's opening the spigot water in the plants outside.
It's like, what, you got a train coming through his house?
I know. I was like, where's the boat at?
I thought it was like the old Brewster's Million. There's a plane in the Hackensack Bulls. There's a train going through his backyard.
Tooch.
Vote none of the above, Monty.
Yeah, she's
Brewster.
she's heading to work, so she's watering the plants before she goes. Bless her heart. Tennessee, NC State. Any final thoughts?
I got no opinion on this.
All right, let's get into some NFL Week 1. The Jaguars and Dolphins. Minus 3.5 for the Dolphins at home versus the Jags. I think there'll be plenty of points in this game. I think both teams will score on each other. I'm looking at the over or 49.5.
Agreed.
It's just a hook over the key number of 49. Anthony, what do you like here?
I've been saying Dolphins, but I think this is whoever. To be honest with you guys, I think whoever gets the ball last, or whoever's got control of the game with 5 minutes left, is going to win this game. Pretty much. I mean, it can go both ways. I think this is probably the biggest coin flip game of the weekend.
Last year, the flavor of the month for the AFC was the Jaguars. Jaguars Super Bowl. It's the Jaguars here. Jaguars. And also
started off hot.
Then it's the Oilers out of the
what
Oilers.
Were they 8-2 or something like that? 7-2?
And then it was the Texans coming stealing all the thunder. So this year they're kind of like under the radar kind of team. Yeah. I kind of want to take them here, but 3.5, you know me, 3.5 and 7.5s. I kind of lean towards the faves, like they're trying to trick you with that.
Yeah, they're trying to trick you. Yep.
You know, like I go opposite of those things. That's just the way I am. I do like the over here though. I think both teams could score. Like the Dolphins offense is really.
There's going to be big plays in this game. The Dolphins are lacking some players on defense. The Jaguars defense. I mean, they were okay to start the season, and the end of the season, they were just atrocious.
Yep.
And I think the Jaguars' defense.
Well, look, Trevor Lawrence was playing injured for most of last season.
I'd like to look at some just overs in this game.
I'm not talking about I'm talking about their defense.
I'd be all over the overs here. First half over, first quarter over, 7-7. You know, if I'm going to attack this game, I'll do something like that.
Yep.
I think we see points in this game.
There's going to be some big plays in this game, plain and simple, which is going to go. I get the team total to go over.
And most games go again. I'm gonna go from what my co-host and guests were talking about today. Last 2 years, unders, all unders in the NFL Week 1. Yeah, the games that went over were the highest totals on the board.
4-12 of over unders last year. 4-12.
So these higher ones tend to hit the over. Everything else are going to be really dead to right unders at like 30-something points a game.
Yeah,
and I'm big on that because I mean, think about it. All the defensive players are healthy going in week 1. This isn't no week 10 when you got half of the linebackers out, that everybody's teams, a whole
everybody's ready to
out.
go. Most guys haven't played in the preseason anyway, the starters. Exactly. Takes a little bit to get going.
You got Rusty, I mean, Dak and Deshaun Watson. My God, that's going to be the biggest rust show of the weekend.
And then you got two of the best defensive players in the game right now.
Absolutely.
And one of them's going up against a bad offensive line.
That's right.
Yep. All right. You heard it here. Texas at Colts plus 2.5 for the Colts home dog. I know Sean likes himself some Colts. Me, I don't like the quarterback on the Colts. I don't think he's very good.
I was killing this guy last year, Anthony Richardson. Yeah. I'm like, how the heck do you draft this guy? He played 8 games, couldn't win any of them. Like, they were under 500. I'm like, what a terrible. But then he gets in the NFL, and they're like, holy cow, this guy wins some games. Like,
he actually played well when he came in.
I mean, And again, here's a spot. These guys split with each other last year.
Yep, home and home.
The Colts playoff team, they should have been playoff team. The guy missed, I don't know how your best player's on the bench. Like, I think, what's his name? The running back was out, and they put some other backup running back in. He came out with the little T-Rex arms. Yeah. He misses the ball. I'm going Colts here at home. Give me money line here. Texans next week against your Bears. Lay to 3.5 next week. The Bears are not winning on the road next week.
Coming into that game, if the Texans are 0-1, it's gonna be a tough game for the Bears. I thought this game was in Houston, but it's not.
No, it's in Indy.
Look, if Anthony Richardson stinks up the joint, I'm on the Texans. This is like a live.
Thanks, doctor.
Oh, that's like saying, hey, if Lamar Jackson has a bad game, I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yes. So tomorrow when you come and be like,
you just said the most obvious statement. I mean, everybody on the planet's like, well, if the quarterback has a bad game, I'm going to take.
I'm talking about like live betting in the fourth quarter. You'll be able to tell.
You got to say that.
Live betting in the fourth quarter. Hey, I'm gonna lay 19 in the fourth quarter because it's 38 to 6, and they got a backup in. Yeah, I'm gonna lay it. Easy money. That's is Mr. Numbers watching? That's a Mr. Numbers special. I'll risk $1,500 to win easiest $75 I'll ever win in my life.
The Texans have a big advantage at quarterback, in my opinion.
We're gonna find out. But, I got a year of film on you now, and I beat you last year.
The Colts have a great offensive line, though. They can wear down the Texans defense. We'll see.
Could be an over this game too, by the way. Maybe an over.
You like the over in this one, yeah?
It's an indoor game with some offensive players on both teams.
Yep.
I have to go under. I don't think the Colts are going to. I think they don't want to go in a track meet with the Texans.
Well, I agree with that. They want this game to be
21. If this is a track meet, the Colts have no chance.
No.
The Colts are not let's throw a 50-yard bomb.
No. They're running. They're going
to run and grind and make a long 8-minute drive type team. So I'm going to go under this total.
Yep.
Okay, under. All right, Cowboys at Browns. So this number kind of tells you everything, doesn't it, Sean?
The Browns were a 1.5 point underdog when this game opened up.
Yep. -2.5 now. This feels like a game that the Cowboys go in and lose. They have a new offensive coordinator. The offensive line is suspect for the Cowboys. The Browns have a fantastic defensive line, a fantastic defense overall. Look at the under over
last year.
The total's 41.5.
Two rookie linemen. And again, I like my Cowboys. I get it. But you just got, CD back. Dak's looking for a contract. You bring Zeke back. He wasn't good enough 2 years ago. Offensive line, new defensive coordinator.
New offensive coordinator.
Yeah. It's not like they don't have talent. Like, they should be able to score. But this is a tough place to play.
Yep.
I mean, this line has moved 3 points, and Deshaun Watson looks like crap in the year in the games that he's played in the last 2 years. How many games he's got in the last 2 years? 8 games? How many games did he play last year?
Not a lot.
Not much.
7, 8 games, right? I mean, Flacco came in. They were lighting it up with Flacco in there. The year before that, he was suspended half the season, came back, looked like trash. So the fact that this line moved 3 points, again, who's moving this line, folks? This isn't Joe down at the barbershop and guys sitting around you at the corner bar sitting around talking, moving this line 3 points. You know?
Yep. All right. What about the total 41.5?
Yeah.
It's low.
Under. I think it's a field goal game. There might be one touchdown between both teams. Or
wow.
One touchdown each, I mean. I
one
think it's
touchdown each.
Well, think about it. Deshaun Watson, he just looks horrible. And Dak's not going to have much time to throw the damn ball. They're doing screen plays. The running backs are average at best.
Yep.
I mean, this is going to be a lot of punts. 41, I think I'm going to go under this total.
Yeah, I think I lean Browns -2.5 in this game. All right, Rams at Lions. Lions laying 4.5.
It went up to 4.5.
Yeah, this was a 2.5, 3. It's up to 4.5 now. Huh?
Wow, that's a huge difference.
Total's 52.5. Sorry about that.
I love the Rams now. Jeez, I liked them at 3.5.
Yeah, Rams at Lions, Sean, 4.5. Little might push back on that. Take Rams a little over 4 there.
I sort of like the Rams. I mean, but here's the thing. You think it's going to be offensive because you got a lot of skill position players all over to join here.
Yep.
But you got 2 quarterbacks facing old teams, so the coaches sort of know those guys. I don't think it makes a difference, man. I want to say over to 50. This is a 52.5.
Yeah. I want to say over 2 because both these teams are over teams.
52.5 is a lot of points.
Yep.
I mean, teams struggled to get 50 points last year. I don't know what it is, if it's the referees, the new rules, whatever it is.
Yep.
As beginning of last year, when we thought it was easy to hit 50 points in a certain game situation, like say for example, when the Chiefs played the Bills a couple years ago, and the total was like 52, 53. We loved the over because the defense, it was going to be a slugfest. Boom, 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 boom. Last year when they played, way under. I'm going to go with under here. Just when you think it's going to go over, I'm taking under. It goes right back to week 1. I know the statistic you're talking about, Sean, but I disagree with it in this spot just because the defenses are fully healthy. And how much did Stafford play? How much did Goff play?
The Rams, though, I mean, Arnold's, he retired. He was just such a huge part of that. Like, he's in there. It just it makes everybody else better because you got 2 guys to worry about him.
Aaron Donald.
Yeah. That dude was a monster in the middle.
So that's why I'm like, I can see it being over. I'm not a fan of the Lions defense. That
right.
But offensively, I got the Lions. I think are going to win this division. I got them going to Super Bowl. I think the Niners are going to get tripped up with their schedule, a lot of short weeks and tough scheduling quirks and stuff like that. That'll catch up with them. The Lions, to me, and again, I hate doing like a plus 135, easy chalky squares. I think it's they're going to take that step, and I think they get it. They started right here at home, man. These guys, the fans will be foaming at the mouth here. And I had the Rams in that playoff game too in that matchup, by the way.
So let me ask you, the Rams plus 4.5 is a nice teaser piece. You tease up through those key numbers up over 10.5. Any thoughts on Rams? Would you take tease the Rams at a 6-point teaser?
This would be good used in a 10-point teaser.
Listen, if I'm doing a teaser, I'm doing a 3-team. I do teaser Tuesday, midday money.
10-point teaser.
10-point, 3-team teaser,
plus 14.5.
Yep, minus 120.
Tease it up. Just tease it to 10.
Rams plus 14.5 in a 10-point teaser.
Yeah.
And I hate saying that because it's like, it's like, it's like,
but you know what?
Like buying points. I'm buying
the
10
NFL
points.
is the only sport that we can have fun and put teasers. And I don't care what anyone says. I love teasers. I do teasers all the time on NFL Sunday. I can give a rat's booty what people say.
Yep.
But you know what? At the end of the day, I make a lot of money on teasers, and that's all that matters.
Yep. That's
what you should and what you shouldn't do. As long as I'm putting more money in my pocket than losing is what matters to me.
Yep.
I'm trying to if I was doing a 10-point teaser, I definitely would take the Rams because I don't think Detroit's 14.
See, the key is I'm not doing these 10-teamers. I'm keeping them at the bare minimum. 2-teamers, 3-teamers.
I would tease up maybe Indianapolis plus 12.5 there.
Home dog. They're not going to
home dog. Yep. And the other one would be
you tease down the Dolphins Jaguars to 39. That's what you do.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my favorite tease down one.
There you go.
I know the rule is you don't tease
do totals. Yeah.
But you know what?
I don't. If you like an over, if you like the over, tease it down.
That's it.
You know, I don't know.
Who writes the book on what you should or shouldn't do?
What about teasing up the Buccaneers up to plus 7? I don't hate that.
Here's the thing. I don't like going
versus the Commandos.
Listen, the old cross through zero kind of stuff is tough because they get upset. You're knocked out. Then you're losing.
Exactly.
You're either going pluses or you're taking a favorite down to a pick 'em or a 1 or 2 area like that. They can win by a field goal.
Yeah.
I'm not. I understand. It's like, oh, well, they're favored, and then now they're getting points. Yeah.
I would rather take the Patriots at plus 18.5.
Yeah.
If you're doing 10 points.
Yeah.
18.5 points.
Listen, if you're taking Cincy down to a pick 'em or plus 1, I'm not going to say no to that. Cincy should win this game at home. I don't care who's playing.
Yeah.
You have a quarterback, you should win the game. On the flip side of Cincinnati is you got a coach and a team that always starts off slow.
I think the Bengals are upset alert this week. They would not surprise me a bit if the Patriots upset them.
It tees up the Titans up to 13.5.
Yeah, Titans. Let's go. Pull that up. When we get into that for the Bears fans to start crying in there.
Yep.
Cry on your sad pizza.
The Bears have not been more than a
pizza.
Field goal favorite in 4 years.
Yeah, they shouldn't be. They're not covering this number. And that's come down. It's been 4.5. How long I tell you to take 4.5?
That's sad.
So
we talked about this game all the time. Take the Titans and be a winner. I've talked to you, Bear fans, so much the lines come down a whole point. So I'm not that crazy.
I was going to say it was 4.5 when we started talking about this team.
It's 4.5. It's down to 3.5.
So you can still find 4s somewhere, though. You can still find 4s.
It wouldn't surprise me if the Bears win but don't cover. Now I'm on the under. I don't think there'll be enough points in this game. I think both teams have really good defenses. Yeah. And the offenses are a little suspect.
You got a rookie quarterback and a second-year quarterback who doesn't play much.
And 2 good defenses.
And you're gonna spot me 4.5. Well, not 3.5. Not me. I'm a 4.5 guy.
Right, 4.5. So
me and Tooch made a pact. We can't bet against the Bears. If we bet against the Bears will win 49-0.
Yeah. Yep.
No, you don't understand, Sean. Every time
I bet against them, they screw me.
It doesn't matter what year.
If I bet on them, they lose.
Yeah. The only time we don't bet against the Bears is versus when the Packers play them. Go figure.
Thoughts on the total, Sean? Over, under?
I guess I lean under, and I got no opinion on that. I'm already locked into Tennessee.
I lean under too. I think under's a good play. I don't see a lot of.
I think 44.5 is too much. I liked it at 43 when it was out about a month ago.
Yeah.
So 44.5, people are like, "Oh, there's going to be some scoring."
Yep, and like we said, if the Bears and Texans next week are both 0-1. Watch out, man. The Texans are going to be.
Here's the thing with the total, though. I'm with you on the under because you got new quarterbacks and stuff like that.
2 good defense.
Maybe they're terrible, and you get a bunch of turnovers on the other side of the field, and all of a sudden then it's Then it's 7-3 or 7-7 at the end of the first quarter because you got 2 20-yard drives that result in touchdowns, and then somebody's at the 46 already because we got turnovers.
Yep. The Bears are going to lean conservative because their punter could flip the field. That's what they'll punt it away.
I swear by that punter. That punter
down
is
inside the 10.
John, you laugh, but that punter is MVP, man.
I know.
Don't you laugh? That dude will punt you 70 yards downfield.
So I mean that's why I lean under. I think the under is a great play in this game.
Yeah.
So is the under for season win totals. Excellent play.
There you go. All right. What do you say we give away some free plays?
There you go.
Anybody ready? All right.
We're both ready.
All right. Anthony's free play is Sunday. Buccaneers -3 versus the Commanders. Any little breakdown there? We didn't talk
Buccaneers at home, man.
Yeah.
They take care of home field advantage, and the Commanders, they have
Rookie
so many new guys. I mean, who are they throwing to? Seriously,
They traded their best receiver to the Eagles.
I mean,
Terry McLaurin is still
that's
there.
if McLaurin is not limping down
Well,
the field.
They got a new player, tight end, new rookie tight end.
I mean, it's the Commanders have a lot of work to do.
I don't even know who's running the ball. Brian Robinson. Right?
Brian Robinson.
They have Austin Eckler too, but he was washed last season.
The Commanders have a lot of question marks around them, and I'm not fond of their coach. I think Dan Quinn
He's a defensive
blew that
guy.
playoff game, and he's going to blow this head coaching job.
And I don't think they'll have that good of a defense this season either. It's an
the defense is terrible.
Line.
It's no different than when Justin Fields scorched them.
He's a defensive coach with a rookie quarterback on a team that was 4-12 last year. So there's holes aplenty. And Tampa Bay's 3-time back-to-back with Baker, NFC South champions, same head coach, same quarterback, Mike Evans, same offense, everything the same, always a decent defense. You're going to give me 3 here with a rookie on the road? Yeah, good luck. Give me Tampa Bay.
Yep.
And an under here. I like the under as well.
Yep.
I forgot to put the total here, darn.
The Buccaneers games go under. That's for sure.
All right,
Sean's going to wow you with a lot of scoring.
Sean's got a free play here. The Tar Heels versus the 49ers under 48 at -110. That's on Saturday.
Charlotte's banged up. I mean, the coach, like last week, we talked about it, I was missing a lot of guys. So this is a banged up team. North Carolina is not a good team this year. I mean, in that crazy dogfight against Minnesota was ugly.
Yep. What was that, like 19-17 or something like that?
Yeah, they should have lost on a field goal. They missed it. They still set off fireworks. Yep. Now, Charlotte isn't in that kind of realm, but is North Carolina scoring 40?
And it's a bit of a rivalry, too, in state. Yeah.
Yep. So I don't think North Carolina really exploding for like a 40 spot here, 35. So I think the under 48 is safe.
All right, nice play. My free play, Nevada -1 versus Georgia Southern. I don't think the market's caught up with Nevada. I mean, what is it? What's the coach here? Rocco Mendenhall? Is that
Nevada was +2, Tooch, because I got him in my Tuesday teaser at +12. So now that line has flipped 3. So the last 2 games they won on the road at Troy.
Yep.
They should have beat SMU.
8.5-point dog, almost beat SMU.
So
I don't think the market's caught up on Nevada. Give me Nevada laying the 1 point.
I agree.
Like I said, they were a dog by 2 and flipped 3 points, so they're still not ready for it.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right, fellas. Any final thoughts before we get out of here? We'll see you back.
My final thought is Sunday. Don't be surprised if it's a slaughter for all the favorites.
Yep.
I did in the Circuit and Westgates 10 dogs, 10 different dogs. 10 different dogs I did in the 2 contests.
You
I didn't do Survivor.
Survivor this year, okay.
I always feel like it's like when I do show. Like, what's your favorite thing for today?
Does Circa have a Survivor?
Oh, they do, but I didn't enter it.
I know it's pretty popular. I mean,
are you kidding? It was 10 minutes. I think they got they're up.
How much is it for an entry?
14 million people.
1,000.
Oh man.
They have 14,000 entries. It's 1,000 per person. So they have right now. They're like I think. Before I came out, it was up to like $13 million they got already.
Woo!
So everybody's in that. But listen, you're going 1 ticket. I know guys, they're on 10, 20, 30 tickets because you're going in as a team, right? And they're all in on Cincinnati. We're putting everything on one, so But you could do that when you have 30, 40 tickets, right?
Yeah.
You got a bunch of guys, and you're playing. Who cares? You got to
Like
split it.
the three of us could have bought a ticket.
Yeah.
Was
But then what? How? Yeah, what do you think that'd be? It'd be $333.33, and I'll put an extra penny because I'll be in Vegas. I don't know what to tell you.
To win.
But here's the thing, though.
To win $14 million, though.
Yes. But here's the thing. How are we all going to agree on one game? What's your survivor pick right now? Right now, tell me who you pick.
Yeah, good question.
Who'd you pick?
Mine would be the Buccaneers.
Mine would be the Buccaneers as well.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? I'd probably go with you on that one. That wouldn't be much of a fight.
I might lean Browns, but Buccaneers for me would be my pick.
Oh, interesting. All right. Yep. I thought for sure you'd be like just straight Cincinnati or Buffalo or something with the biggest fave on the board.
I don't know. I think Buffalo loses this week.
I like Arizona plus 6.5.
I'm anti-Buffalo this year.
Arizona was spoiler down the stretch last season.
Tooch learned firsthand.
All they did was get better this season, man.
When he's healthy.
He's healthy. Yep.
11-3 against the spread when he plays on the East Coast.
Yep.
Yes, but like I said in the show, and I was like, it's 11-3, but what is the spread in those games? Are they getting 10 points? Like they're always probably a big dog because they're terrible.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if he's hurt half the time, Josh Rosen's the quarterback? Who's quarterback?
I don't know who's backing him up.
No, I'm just saying at the time when that's not his record out there because he didn't play.
Oh, I thought Kyler Murray's record.
No, that's just Arizona coming to the coach. Yeah, that's not him.
I thought that was Murray's record. Okay.
His last full season, 26 touchdowns passing, he had like 11 or 12 rushing. So when he's there, he's dangerous. But
a huge key to not just Kyler Murray, but James Conner's 100% healthy. When Conner's 100% healthy, he's arguably one of the best running backs in the league.
He's solid. You got the tight end's pretty solid. The youngster, I forget his name.
Trey McBride.
You brought in Harrison Jr., who's
Michael Wilson.
Rookie wide receiver really get all excited for. They're still rookie. I'm not getting excited about rookie wide receivers being the best thing.
Got James Conner's good, and he catches the ball out of the backfield too.
Love James Conner.
Very few Randy Mosses come in rookie year and put on displays like that.
Yep. Although you got to like what you saw from Xavier Worthy last night. Looked like a shot out of a cannon.
Well, that's also Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes.
Yep.
Who's running Arizona?
Yeah.
For one game at least.
People are saying the Bills screwed up by not drafting him. Can you imagine him on Buffalo? They wouldn't know what to do with him.
The coach is coach of Arizona is what? Jonathan Cannon, is that his name?
Here's the thing with that. Like, Worthy looks so great. I remember them being all hyped up about Hilaire coming to them too. Oh, he's going to be great coming out of the backfield. Sky Moore, he's going to
Yeah, I remember that too.
Like every person's going to be the best thing coming
Moore.
to. I mean, Schuster, right? Schuster was a pretty good player. He comes here, he's nothing.
He's a piece of.
What happened to Scantling, right? Did they have Scantling Drew on his team or something? But Butterfingers?
MVS?
Wasn't he on that team?
He was there last year.
Maybe it was Peoples, or maybe people. I don't know. They got some Green Bay ex-wide receiver.
Yeah.
Plenty of misses for Kansas City, by the way. Folks.
Plenty.
Right? I mean,
plenty. They're like over the last 8.
Who's that? How about Tony? How'd that guy do over there for him? I mean, bringing in guys.
We could still get in on this Survivor, right? We could. We got 2 days, right, to get in on it, to enter.
I was gonna fly out because I was.
You got to do it in person, or
because you need a proxy. Unless you're close to being Vegas, sign up for you. But I was told somebody, I said, you need more? I don't have any. I'll go buy you 10. I'll fly out. But the Survivor, I think you could buy back in on.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like I pick one, and then all of a sudden I'm 4-1 in my other games, and then I'll be kicking myself. That's just me.
Yep. I'd love to join and have a shot at 14 mil, man. Split 3 ways. That's like 4 point something million.
That's if you win everything. But you remember, Tooch, this gets down to like. Remember last year was that 13, 18 guys. They had everybody planned to chop it out, and we're chopping, we're splitting. And that guy Sean Perry said, "No, I don't want to be part of it." It got to 10, and they say he got knocked out. They were going to chop. You're talking. Here's the thing, though. People are like, I don't want to chop. For us 3 people at $5 million each is a nice chunk of money.
Yeah.
For another guy, if you're in with 5 other people and comes out to $400,000, it might seem like a lot, but maybe it's not a lot to somebody who's a professional poker player.
Yeah.
What's $400,000? That's what I'm making. Every 2 months I'm making that. He wants something bigger.
Yep.
So one person's life-changing money is somebody else's life.
Yeah. Well, $4 million would take care of a lot of problems around this house.
I'm not complaining about $4 million. I'm hoping to go like a nice. I think I can do a 17-3, 16-4 run and pick up like 90,000 for a quarterly. I'll be happy with.
Yep. Nice.
That's my goal in the minis, like the quarterly contests.
Yep.
$100,000, I'll take it.
Hell yeah.
Where's that at?
Circa has that. I think the Westgate moved to do something similar.
And again, you have to be in Vegas to enroll, right? To sign up.
You got to sign up in person,
and you need a proxy.
And a proxy that.
Yeah. And who's like a proxy example?
There's a bunch of them, and they're all over. Whatever. Tooch, are you flying out tomorrow?
No.
Don't worry about it. We'll see you guys next week.
Well, I was just curious, though. I'm curious about it. I love this kind of stuff.
You should have flew out. You don't have been to Vegas all the time. I'll be going out to Vegas at the end of the month.
Tooch doesn't have time to wipe his own butt. He's got so much crap.
My mom's in the hospital. I can't.
No, I didn't know that.
Tooch he's got his hands full.
Yeah, right now.
And then he's got quilts.
My mom hasn't walked yet since she broke her hip, and now it's like Medicare.
They got to get her up. They got to get her up and moving. You don't want
Medicare ran up. She might not walk again. It's the same. It happens to a lot of people that are 80. They just break their hip. They can't walk anymore. So for that, it's like I talked to one of my buddies to build a wheelchair ramp in front of my house.
Yeah.
So me and him are gonna do some measurements tomorrow and stuff. And then it's like, what if she never comes home? I built this wheelchair ramp and shit. And my brother's like, well, maybe we should prepay the funeral expenses, while she still has some money left. It's just, we don't know what to do,
Yeah, that's what I mean. We've done stuff like that. Not to be morbid, but just get it out of the way. You don't have to worry about it. You don't need that other headache on top of planning a mass and a repass, getting people together.
Because it's expensive.
All right, guys, why don't we do this?
Yes.
Here.
I'll see you guys. Good luck.
Right, fellas. All right. Not good. Best of luck.
Tooch is telling his business online to the world.
Yep. All right, fellas. See
Edit that out
next week. All right, where's the close here? All right, Sean, have a good one, buddy.
It's the end.